Alrighty, YouTube, so it's your boy Zxous. If you guys cannot see already from the chat here, I brought back streaming. Yes, your boy is going back to full-time streaming. We are going to be streaming every day from Monday to Saturday. Sunday is the only day I'm gonna have off, and that's only for replacement. Like if I miss a day throughout the week, then I would replace that day I missed out on Sunday. So chat, you guys just learned that as well. I will be live 6 days out of 7 days a week, full-time streaming again. So if you guys want to pop up to the stream on YouTube or Twitch, by all means come through. We might do random giveaways, you never know. Last time that guy got a Modernia Gacha skin. Chat, maybe today we might do a Viper Gacha costume skin giveaway. Why not? So I don't know, but we'll find out. Make sure you guys come through. But today we are going to be ranking the current summer characters in the game, right? We have a total of 6 now, and I think we have come to a conclusion of obviously Rosanna and obviously Sakura. And I wanted to, you know, make a video on who I would say is the best summer character and the worst summer character, just for a video's sake. So let me go ahead and stretch this up for y'all, make this a bit smaller so y'all can see, right? But we have 6 characters. We have Neon, Mary, Helm, Rosanna, Sakura, and obviously Anise. Anchor is technically one, and she's an SR character, but I'm not gonna obviously add an SR because we don't give a damn about her, right? So we're gonna start from the bottom and make our way to the top. Usually I start from the top, make our way down to the bottom, but let's start from the bottom and go to the top. And chat, feel free to tell me who you guys think is the worst and the best, and in the comment section go ahead and tell me as well. But you know, I'm gonna be honest, chat, right? Is this a me tier list or is this a us tier list? Let's make this a us tier list, chat. But I think we all are gonna have the same opinion. I think the worst one, chat, is Neon. Go ahead and spam if you agree or disagree, right? Go ahead and spam if you agree or disagree. I do think this character is completely garbage, right? And the reason why, I cannot get enough of how bad this character is. I'm really trying to understand what they thought they were doing with this, right? You gotta remember, Neon was a character that released, and she was hot garbage when she released. Everybody complained because Neon was a part of the counter squad, a squad that a lot of people give a damn about, right? And they ended up buffing her. When they ended up buffing her, guess what happened? They did nothing. They really did nothing for the character, and that's what hurts me the most. If you read her kit, you will understand that this character is garbage, and let me explain it for you so you can understand, right? Her second skill gives her damage as strong element increase. If you do not know what that means when she's fighting an enemy that she's type effective against, in her case that would be fire because she's a water typing, she would do more damage to those fire typings. Meaning, if she's fighting any other type that is not fire, this doesn't work. It doesn't matter. She will get the buff, but it won't matter because she's not type advantage, right? That's the problem right there with her first skill. Her second skill, right, is obviously increased to parts. And maybe you might be like, hold on. Wait, she increases parts to damage? Wouldn't that be a good character for the new Sakura and Rosanna? Because no matter if it's an ally or no matter if it's a, you know, the actual character themselves, as long as the part gets destroyed, it buffs them. Isn't a Neon like helping them out in a way? And I'm gonna test that to see, but the answer is still no, right? Because it's yes and it's no. Let me cook up for y'all, bro. Let me cook. The reason why I don't like this is because it says activates when using burst skill. Now I don't think this is a good thing for this character, because if you don't understand, when this character uses her burst skill, she does significantly less damage than if she was to just use her normal attack. So it's a wonky character because this character is meant to do damage based on her burst skill, but if you use her burst skill, she's doing less damage if you were not to use her burst skill. It's kind of like Modernia. Does that make sense? This character is a silly character because the way she works is all reliant on her burst skill, but if you use her burst skill, she's worse than what she was without her burst skill. It's so weird. It really is such a weird concept, right? It really is such a weird concept. But hey, if you like this character, go ahead and you know, do what you want to do, but this character really has no value, right? This doesn't matter unless you're fighting an enemy with parts as well. So majority of the time it's like, okay, cool. But again, it doesn't matter unless you're fighting an enemy with parts, and this doesn't matter unless you're fighting fire, and none of this matters unless you're using her burst skill, and when you use her burst skill, she does less Bro, come on, man. Come on, man. Now, chat, this is where now the discussion really happens. I think this is like a definitive, clear answer. But now this is where we start getting some debates going. Who is the 5th worst character out of this list right here, right? I don't know who I want to give it to, y'all. Because I'm thinking, this is my options. I'm thinking it would be between Helm, Mary, or Sakura. Who are we giving that to, right? Because it's quite hard. Mary's quite the good healer, and I do think Helm is a decent character. But again, she still has that little niche behind her. So it's like, who are we giving it to, y'all? Where is Helm? H. Who are we giving it to? We giving it to Mary? We giving it to Helm, chat? It looks like everyone is saying Mary, so we're gonna give it to Mary, and I think that's fine as well. And let me tell you why that's fine, actually, y'all. Let me tell you exactly why 5 is Mary. Because this character has a problem as well. Just not as bad as Neon, but she does have a problem as well. Let me explain this to you. Take a look at this. What she does is when you use a full burst, she's going to heal all allies every 1 second for 5 seconds, and this stacks. So by the time you enter your 3rd full burst, she's going to be healing like crazy. She's going to be healing like crazy, and that's really good. But that's all she has, because if you take a look at her 2nd skill, it's the same nonsense as Neon, where it only affects water code allies, but this doesn't matter unless you're fighting specific enemies, being fire, because it's a water character, right? And then when you look at her burst skill, I think the max HP of the caster's final max HP is very, very good. I think that's really, really good as well. But this attack buff for 3 seconds to all water code allies is quite horrendous. If we take a look at the current water code allies, chat, tell me who here is a good DPS. I can give you 2. That's only Ludmilla and Amelia, right? Dorothy, I guess you could count Dorothy. But I cannot pick Dorothy. I cannot use Dorothy's burst skill and Mary's burst skill at the same time. So it's like, who are we looking at here? Who's a really good DPS here? Maybe Rem as well. Rem as well is a pretty good DPS, right? I would say Rem, I would say Amelia, I would say Ludmilla. Those are like the only water code good DPSs I would say, right? That's what I would say. And it's like, would I want to put this character on just for a 3-second 20% attack buff at level 10? Probably not. So unfortunately, y'all, we're gonna have to give it to Mary at number 5, y'all. I think we can all agree on that one, actually. I think we could all agree on that. We all cooking up right now, right? Now, chat, who is number 4? That's the question, right? I think as we go up, it's gonna get easier. But is 4 Helm? Is 4 Sakura? Because I think those are the 2 we're mainly looking at right now. Is 4 Helm? Is 4 Sakura? I think those are the 2 that would be that contender for that 4th spot. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of Helms. I'm seeing a lot of Helms in the chat. So let's go to Helm, bro. All right, let's take a look at Helm. Now, Helm, I do think Helm is a pretty decent character, and when she does rerun, I will make my video on if you should summon for her, right? Because this character does have useful, right? She does have use. She's useful. She has use, right? One of her biggest things being cooldown reduction. CDR in this game is very, very important because it helps you get your burst skill efficiently. It helps your runs go faster. It means you get more damage output. So having cooldown reduction is very, very good. Now, the thing about Helm is that she's kind of supposed to be, did I put 5 2 times? I did not put 5 2 times. You made a mistake, buddy. But like I was saying, this character is technically meant to be a burst 2 DPS, right? When you look at her kit, it all screams DPS. After 30 normal attacks, she deals damage. A final attack is additional damage. Every 4 seconds, 1 enemy random, she does 100% of final attack as damage, right? And in her burst skill, she does damage, right? She's supposed to be a burst 2 DPS, right? But what carries her, I would say, is obviously her cooldown reduction. And then I would say the damage taken increase to electric code enemies are very, very good, or is very, very good. Or let me put it like this: the cooldown, the damage taken, you know, to electrical bosses is very, very helpful, right? Because it's basically a permanent thing, right? It's a permanent thing. After 20 seconds, it's just permanent there for the entire time. So she's a very good character against electric code bosses, and she's very good for just CDR, right? Besides that, she's meant to be a DPS, and honestly, I wouldn't say her DPS is that crazy, right? This is not like a massive burst 2 DPS or anything like that. So she is getting carried by obviously the damage taken for electric difficult bosses, and then the most important thing, cooldown reduction. But now, chat, your boy and us, we all have now entered the big three, right? At the big three, man, it's just big me. Okay, so who is going into that third slot, chat? Is it Rosanna? Is it Sakura? Is it Summer Anise? Who's hitting that third slot, y'all? Who is going to be hitting that third slot? If you want me to be honest, I don't know. I don't know, because I'm trying to think, do I put Rosanna there or do I put Sakura there? Because it's kind of hard now, right? It's kind of hard now, because when you look at Rosanna's whole kit is to support Sakura. That was the design behind it. But she has an effect that's so helpful for like everybody on your team that kind of just puts her up there. And then when it comes to Sakura, she's a very good DPS, but very, very niche, right? And Rosanna's also a very niche character. So it's kind of like, who do you have over who? Do we value what Rosanna can do, right, for the entire game and your whole team? Chat, I think we have to pull up a poll, bro. We have to pull a poll up for this one. If there's a mod on Twitch, put it up there. Alrighty, YouTube video. We've come down to a decision. Me and my people, we've done, sat down and we've come to a decision. And we just did it the best way we could do it, by a vote. And the vote ended up coming to Rosanna is the third best summer character. And do I disagree with it? Yes and no, right? No, I don't disagree with it, actually. I really don't. I could understand why people might put Rosanna over Sakura, but you have to realize something, right? Where is this character? Oh, okay, we're not showing that on screen. We're not showing that on screen. We cannot show Rosanna. Ooh. Don't get me in trouble. Don't get me in trouble. But my thing with Rosanna is that this right here on her burst skill, the damage taken 32% for 10 seconds to all enemies is what carries this character, right? If you've noticed, every summer character has like one thing that just carries them, right? If you've noticed that, chat, so far, every single summer character has something that carries them besides Neon, right? And for Rosanna, that is going to be the damage taken to all enemies, right? She does have damage to part increase every other 15 seconds, and it's a very good mechanic, but you have to be fighting bosses to get that off, and that's not a problem, right? One thing I do not like about this character is that you could kind of see her entire kit is really catered to another character, which is Summer Sakura, right? Her entire kit really does cater to Sakura's kit, so she's meant to literally be a support for Sakura, right? They just ended up giving her damage taken increased by 32%, and that is quite crazy, right? I guess they don't even realize how crazy that is just for the entire game, right? So unfortunately, because she is kind of locked behind Sakura, like, you wouldn't use this character Rosanna if you're not using Sakura, right? Because if you wanted just the damage taken, you'd probably put in a better character known as Blanc, who has this and at a higher percentage to all enemies every burst rotation, right? The only thing is, in order to do that with Blanc, you have to have Noir. With Rosanna, you don't have to, right? With Rosanna, you just, what is it? With Rosanna, you just have to have Rosanna. So that's kind of a little flex there for Rosanna. But I do think because her whole kit is locked behind Summer Sakura, y'all, we're going to give her that third slot, right? And with this, I'm sure we can all agree on who the second best summer character is. Chat, go ahead and say in the chat so that we can show it to the YouTube people watching the video. But I do think that it is going to have to go to Summer Sakura, y'all. I think Summer Sakura is the character that we would put in the second best slot, right? For the summer characters, at least, right? She's a very good character, very good DPS. When it comes to the Sakura character, one thing I do like about this character a lot is the simple fact, oh my goodness, we don't want to show that on screen, is the simple fact that she is very good against bosses, but she's not locked behind bosses, if you know what I mean, right? When I read her kit the first time, chat, I did think that this character was only going to be useful against bosses, but no, if you guys watched any showcases, you guys would see that this character is quite good against mobs as well, like just very good, right? She's just better in certain situations, right? And that's fine, right? She's better in certain situations than other situations, and that's fine as long as she still works all the way, right? She has damage over time, basically, right, with her Sakura petals, where she deals 256% of final attack and sustained damage every 1 second for 15 seconds, and that duration can actually increase if you do, you know, destroy an enemy part, and that's where her niche is, right? To kind of increase this little duration of her damage over time, you need to be fighting an enemy that has parts, and that's only going to be bosses. So this whole character is very good. She does great damage. You just need to be fighting enemies with parts, and obviously that is what's holding her from that top spot. But we already know the queen of the summer clan. Everybody go ahead and spam her name. She did not get dethroned this year. Everyone spam her name and say it together. Summer together. And that is going to be Summer Anise, the best in the damn world. Summer Anise is a character that I expect everybody and their mother to be summoning for when she reruns. She is just that good. And what makes this character even more crazy is that she is, guess what, y'all, a supporter. If you did not know already, Summer Anise is a supporter that hits harder than some of the DPSs we have today, if not most of the DPSs we have today, right? One thing I do like about this character is that her best partner in the game is a free-to-play character as well. So you don't need to summon for another character. Yes, her best partner is a free-to-play character that everybody gets after 2 weeks of playing Nikke, right? Now, what makes this character hit very hard is obviously her second skill. When the last bullet hits, affects 2 enemies with the highest attack, she deals 382% of final attack as damage. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. 382% of final attack to 2 enemies is crazy, right? That's crazy. Not only that, anytime you enter a full burst, affects all electrical allies, she will give them a massive 55% attack buff of her own attack and a massive reload speed buff. Oh, 50% reload speed buff every time you enter a full burst. What are we looking at? So somebody asked me, what does final attack mean? That means every single possible way you can buff up her attack will be included into her damage output, right? So when it just says attack, that just goes based on her base stats. If it says final attack, any attack buff that she gets, any attack that increases her attack in game will go all into that skill, and that's crazy because she gives herself the craziest attack buff I've seen every full burst. Not only that, y'all, if you look at her burst skill, remember her second skill says when you fire the last bullet. Look at her burst skill. It says it lowers the max ammo capacity by a whopping 74% with more reload and damage a strong element when she's fighting characters that she is type effective against. This character is one for the damn books, a generational wealth character. If you do not have Summer Anise, you must. And this is a spoiler for the should you summon, but if you did not already know, yes, you must summon for this character if you do not have her when she reruns. I'm telling you, she is just that good. It's crazy. So this is going to be the definitive best summer ranking from best to worst tier list. You guys let me know. You guys let me know. Does she need duo? No, she doesn't. No, she does not. She does not need to be paired up with Privity all the time. Actually, if you get her numbers too. So this is where the kind of explanation goes, and I want to add this in the video too, right? People will say she's a high investment character. What they mean by that is she's only high investment if you want combo, right? You guys will see. I'll have a showcase on that character when she reruns. You guys will understand how broken she is. But I think this is actually, I would say this is a very good ranking. Honestly, I don't disagree with anything. I don't think I would change anything. I think the only thing people might switch are these two. But besides that, I agree with this fully. It looks like a lot of you guys have this, agree with this as well. So you guys let me know down below in the comments. Now, YouTube, get ready to say bye to the people, them. Get ready to say bye. But, oh, my mic cut off. I don't know what it cut off about, but... Alrighty, now, without the little technical difficulties, y'all, we are going to be ending off this video. Subscribe, like, and like I said, your boy will be live every day, Monday to Saturday. So come through 11 p.m. or 11 a.m. EST. I will set up notifications so you guys don't have to worry. Subscribe to the channel. Follow the Twitch. Come through. We having a blast. Why not? Because sometimes you might be missing out on a giveaway. Who knows? I don't make claims. I don't just say I'm doing a giveaway. I give it when I want to give it, and you gotta be here to find out. So your boy Zxous, and I'm out, bye.